My father had a second family 4 hours away, a second wife, 2 kids, a house, a life. Every other weekend for 11 years, he drove there and came back Monday morning. We thought he was visiting clients. He wasn't. Growing up, my father's job required travel. Sales territory, regional accounts, it all made sense. He was home most of the week, gone some weekends. He brought back local products from wherever he'd been. Cheese from one region, hot sauce from another. He seemed tired but present. My mother never questioned it, because why would she? He paid the bills, came home, showed up to recitals. He was a functional husband and father, just apparently not only ours. I was 23 when the first call came. A woman named Denise asked if she had the right number for the family of Richard Calloway. I said yes. There was a pause, and she said, "My name is Denise Calloway. I'm Richard's wife. I think we need to talk." I thought it was a scam. I genuinely told her it was a scam and hung up. She called back twice. On the third call, she gave me his cell number, his car description, his birth date. She knew our address. She'd found it in his papers. Denise had found a second phone in his car. A basic burner, nothing fancy. In her text to my mother and a photo of our house that he'd taken from the driveway. Denise said she'd been suspicious for over a year and had been quietly gathering information. She had a folder. Physical documents. She'd been building a case while still sleeping in the same bed as him. She told me she had 2 sons, 8 and 11 years old. My half-brothers. I'd never known they existed. I didn't tell my mother right away. I know how that sounds, but I needed to confirm it first. I asked Denise to send me anything she had. She emailed a photo of their wedding certificate. The date was 3 years after my parents' wedding, which meant for 8 years before that he'd been with my mother exclusively. But then at some point he'd started a second marriage, which is not just cheating. That's bigamy. That's a crime. I told my mother that Saturday. My father was on one of his client weekends. I sat her down and showed her the email. She read it twice without speaking. Then she got up, went to the kitchen, made coffee, came back, and said, "I want to see his phone bill from the last year." She was the calmest person in the room. She went into immediate evidence collection mode. My mother didn't cry until 3 days later. She had work to do first. My father came home Monday, and my mother, my older sister, and I were all sitting in the living room. He walked in, saw us, and stopped. He didn't even pretend. He just put down his bag and said, "How did you find out?" Not find out what. He knew exactly what this was. My sister asked how long. He said 11 years. My mother asked if Denise knew about us before they married. He said no. My mother nodded slowly and said, "Get out of my house." He left. He didn't argue. He just left. The legal fallout was significant. Bigamy charges were filed, but ultimately reduced. Both marriages were annulled. The second because it was legally invalid, the first as part of the divorce. Financially, my mother was protected because she had documentation of the full marriage duration. Denise was in a worse position. Her marriage didn't legally exist. My half-brothers are teenagers now. I've met them once. It was painfully awkward and quietly devastating for everyone involved. My father tried to maintain relationships with both families. It hasn't worked. My sister won't see him. I see him twice a year and keep it transactional. He's moved to a third city now alone. He sends birthday texts, and I respond with one word. I don't know if that's forgiveness or just exhaustion. Maybe it doesn't matter. Some people leave such specific damage that the word forgiveness doesn't really fit. You just learn to carry it differently. Would you maintain any relationship with a parent after this? Or is this unforgivable?